TikTok has become a pop culture phenomenon and a geopolitical flashpoint in just 5 years. It is the most popular app in the world, used by 2/3 of American teenagers. It has made immediate fame more accessible to content creators than ever before, and has left Silicon Valley giants scrambling to catch up. Its future is uncertain, as officials in the United States and around the world view the Chinese import as a threat to national security, and advocates for protecting children online warn of its negative effects on its millions of young users. Undoubtedly, the world has never seen anything quite like TikTok. When thinking of tech giants, most of us look at Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is home to many of the world's largest high-tech corporations, including more than 30 Fortune 1000 companies and thousands of startups. Silicon Valley is also responsible for 1/3 of all venture capital investments in the United States, which has enabled it to become a prominent center and startup ecosystem for high-tech innovation. In Silicon Valley, among other technologies, the silicon-based integrated circuit, the microprocessor, and the microcomputer were created. In 2021, the region employed approximately 500,000 information technology professionals. If Silicon Valley is purportedly the hub of the biggest players on the social media scene, why is a company based 6,000 miles away the biggest social media app in the world? And how did it become the colossus it is today? Zhang Yiming, the man behind TikTok, is a Chinese internet entrepreneur and multi-billionaire. Zhang's personal wealth was assessed to be $55 billion in October 2022, making him the second wealthiest person in China. Yiming enrolled at Nankai University in Tianjin in 2001, majoring in microelectronics before switching to software engineering and graduating in 2005. Zhang joined the travel website Kuxun as its first engineer in February 2006 and was promoted to the technical director a year later. Zhang left Kuxun in 2008 to work for Microsoft but felt constrained by its corporate regulations. Soon after leaving Microsoft, he joined another startup, Fanfao, which ultimately failed. Zhang then took over Kuxun's real estate search business and co-founded 99fang.com with his friend and college roommate Liang Rubo in 2009. Early in 2012, the duo leased an apartment in Zhongguancun and, along with several other 99fang employees, began developing an app that would use big data algorithms to categorize news based on users' preferences. This app would eventually become Toutiao. Yiming and Liang also founded ByteDance in March of that same year. ByteDance released its first app, Nihon Duanzi, which translates to profound jokes in English, in March of 2012. This app enabled the distribution of jokes, parodies, and humorous videos. Before the Chinese government forced Nihon Duanzi to shut down in 2018, it had more than 200 million users. In August 2012, ByteDance released the first version of Toutiao, the news and content platform that would become their flagship product. ByteDance then established its research arm, the ByteDance AI Lab, in March 2016. Wei-Ying Ma, the former assistant managing director of Microsoft Research Asia, heads the company's operations. The ByteDance AI Lab and Peking University developed Xiaomingbot, a news-writing AI bot, in the same year. ByteDance launched Douyin in Beijing in September 2016, initially under the name A.me, before rebranding in December 2016 as Douyin. Douyin was created in 200 days and had 100 million users and more than 1 billion daily video views within a year. TikTok would evolve into a distinct, internationalized version of Douyin. TikTok and Douyin have nearly identical user interfaces but do not share content. Each server is located in the market where the corresponding application is available. The two products are comparable, but their features differ. In addition to features such as making purchases, reserving accommodations, and creating geotagged ratings, Douyin includes an in-video search function that searches for additional videos of a person based on their face. ByteDance always intended for Douyin to expand internationally. Yiming said, quote, "China is home to only 1/5 of the internet users globally. If we don't expand on a global scale, we are bound to lose peers eyeing the 4/5. So, going global is a must." End quote. ByteDance completed several acquisitions and new product introductions from late 2016 to 2017. It invested in the Indonesian news recommendation platform Babe in December 2016. 2 months later, in February 2017, it bought Flipagram, which was then merged with another acquired app, Musical.ly, to form what we know as TikTok today. Musical.ly was a social media platform with headquarters in Shanghai and an office in Santa Monica, California, where users created and shared short lip-sync videos. The initial prototype was published in April 2014, followed by the official version in August of the same year. Through the app, users could create 15-second to 1-minute-long lip-syncing music videos, choose the accompanying soundtrack, adjust the pace, and apply preset filters and effects. The app also enabled users to browse prominent Musical.ly users, or musers as they were known, as well as content, trending songs, sound effects, and hashtags, and to interact with their followers in a unique way. Musical.ly had more than 90 million registered users in June 2016, and by the end of May 2017, the app had more than 200 million users. On November 10, 2017, ByteDance Limited reportedly acquired Musical.ly Inc. for $1 billion and integrated it to become TikTok on August 2, 2018. Was this billion-dollar buyout of Musical.ly the "this was that moment" that made TikTok the most used app on the planet? Not even close. David Kasprak, a content creator, uploaded a video on the app that was so straightforward yet memorable that it propelled TikTok to the forefront of social media. On a dimly lit stage, a red gummy bear stands while Adele's unmistakable voice sings. The camera then pans out to reveal hundreds of gummy bears singing along with "Someone Like You." It is humorous, adorable, and highly watchable. And for the young video app TikTok, the video did more in 15 seconds than millions of dollars in marketing budgets could ever do. Posted in late December 2018, it garnered millions of views on the app and, more importantly, was replicated by thousands of users on other social networks. This was that moment when millions of people were made aware of the app and TikTok blew up. Uniquely, TikTok had hacked the imaginations of the world's social media users. TikTok operated differently than other social media platforms. Instead of displaying users' posts from friends and others they chose to follow, TikTok displayed videos from creators they did not necessarily follow, but who they might enjoy. The algorithm learned what type of content each user wanted based on how long they spent watching particular videos. TikTok's algorithm became more efficient at delivering users what they wanted the longer they spent on the app. TikTok's usage has some truly staggering statistics. 41% of TikTok's consumers are between 16 and 24 years old, also known as Generation Z. 90% of these TikTok users reported using the app daily. Geographical usage on TikTok indicates that 43% of new users are from India. There were over 100 million monthly active users in the United States and 23 million in the United Kingdom as of the first quarter 2022. The average user spent 1 hour and 25 minutes per day on the application and opened TikTok 17 times. In less than 5 years, TikTok has accumulated over 3 billion downloads and reached 1/3 of the world's social media consumers. It took Facebook and Instagram nearly a decade to amass that many users. There are 1 billion monthly active users on TikTok, or 21% of the world's internet users. TikTok has more monthly active users than Twitter, Telegram, Reddit, Pinterest, and Snapchat. As unique as TikTok is, it has come under fire for a very unique component of its business structure and leadership. TikTok accumulates information about how you consume its content, including the device you are using, how long you watch a post, and which categories you prefer, and uses this data to refine the algorithm for the app's primary feed. This data harvesting is not shocking to anyone with a rudimentary knowledge of how platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Google operate. However, when it comes to TikTok, many politicians and skeptics are concerned about where this data is stored. Specifically, does the Chinese government have access to all of this information? As with many other Chinese companies, ByteDance has an International Chinese Communist Party Committee, with Vice President Zhang Fuping serving as CCP Committee Secretary. Zhang Fuping stated in 2018 that ByteDance must, quote, transmit the correct political direction, public opinion guidance, and value orientation into every business and product line, end quote. Concerns about China's geopolitical ambitions and social media's data collection practices have fueled mistrust of TikTok. Concerned about the amount of data TikTok accumulates and whether or not Chinese authorities have access to it, regulators and legislators from around the globe have already begun to scrutinize the app. In August 2020, Donald Trump signed an executive order prohibiting the app's installation, followed by an order for TikTok to sell its U.S. operations. The order issued on August 6, 2020 stated, quote, TikTok automatically captures vast swaths of information from its users, including internet and other network activity information such as location data and browsing and search histories. This data collection threatens to allow the Chinese Communist Party access to Americans' personal and proprietary information, end quote. This, according to the order, allows China to monitor the locations of government employees, compile extortion dossiers, and conduct corporate espionage. Joe Biden, Trump's successor, rescinded the orders and instead directed the U.S. Department of Commerce to collaborate with other agencies to develop recommendations to safeguard the data of U.S. citizens from foreign adversaries. Forbes reported in March 2023 that the United States Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation launched an investigation into ByteDance for alleged journalist surveillance. The company's general counsel acknowledged that ByteDance employees improperly accessed the user data of journalists at BuzzFeed News and Financial Times. The company said that it had launched an internal investigation into this improper access and would cooperate with governmental investigations. If 2018 was the year that TikTok had "this was the moment that" blew up, could 2023 be the year that it falls apart? TikTok is reportedly prohibited in several Asian nations, including Afghanistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Bangladesh, India, Iran, Pakistan, and Syria as of January 2023. The Canadian government banned TikTok from all government-issued mobile devices in February 2023. The European Commission and European Council banned TikTok from official devices in February 2023. In March 2023, Belgium as well as the Danish Ministry of Defense prohibited the use of TikTok on all government-issued devices due to cybersecurity, privacy, and misinformation concerns. The UK government announced in March 2023 that TikTok would be forbidden on ministers' and other employees' electronic devices due to security concerns regarding the app's management of user data. At least 32 states in the United States have proclaimed or enacted prohibitions on the use of TikTok on government-issued devices by state government agencies, employees, and contractors as of February 2023. State restrictions affect only government employees and do not prohibit private citizens from having or using the application on their own devices. It was reported in March that TikTok employed lobbyists SKDK to lobby against a potential federal prohibition. The CEO of TikTok testified in March before Congress to resolve concerns regarding the app. He said that TikTok's data acquisition practices were identical to those of social media platforms in the United States. TikTok has had a meteoric rise over a very short period compared to other social media platforms. Although the app grows daily, there are other concerns over the app that may threaten its crown as the king of social media. Addiction concerns, contentious moral content, misinformation, and political public-swaying content have all been cited as problems with the app, especially concerning the young demographic that are its main users. Do you think TikTok is a spying or data-collecting app for the Chinese government? Do you think that some content on the app should be censored? We would love to hear your thoughts, so please leave us a comment in the comments section.